Welcome to The Daily Grind, a Bluff City Media daily podcast. Stepping up to the microphone is your host, Luke Hatmaker. Grab your favorite morning brew, and let's get to the show.
Do you believe in love after love? Oh, God. I can feel something. Oh, no, we're done. We're done. Welcome to the Daily Grind. That was not Cher, although I thought Cher was a boy when I was a boy, but I digress. I am your host of the Daily Grind, Luke Hatmaker, and it is Tuesday. And on Tuesdays, you know what we do around here. Tuesdays means I got Rusty. I got Rusty with me. How are you, brother? Are you good?
I'm good as I knock my computer out of the way trying to turn the volume up. I am good. It's a good morning here, though. Ended kind of poorly yesterday. I did get hacked last night, which is a bummer. So if you get a message from me today about canned meat, don't open it because it's spam. Yeah. Welcome to the Daily Grind. And shout out Jalen for being first in the comments.
Yeah, Jalen. You're here first. You get the pun first, brother. And that was God loves spam. We might have a whole spam episode.
Dude, listen, I grew up on spam and eggs. My dad freaking loves fried spam.
Spam and eggs.
That's partly why he's probably not super healthy right now, but he loves some spam and eggs. And so I grew up eating fried spam and eggs. Whether we liked it or not, we had it.
I'm very curious, Wayno, if you join us in the comments, if you don't know what spam is,
Brother, that's an American thing because it's just like it's whatever's left over mixed with lard, stuffed in a can. I believe it started like in Hawaii or something, but it's also good. A fried spam sandwich, a little bit of mustard or horseradish for a little spice. It's pretty good. It is bizarre how good spam can be. I mean, it's just weird. It's weird. But you can't look at it, right? Like, don't look at it because you'll get freaked out. But you can eat it. I would dare to say it is the American version of Vegemite, that they have down in Australia, that tacky tar that they eat on toast. It's just gross, except it's miles better because it's like, I mean, really, it's like they took a bunch of Viennese weenies and just stuffed them together in one can and made spam. Oh, man, I haven't thought about I used to eat those little weenies all the time. Okay, we're completely off the rails. Enough about processed meats. Let's talk about basketball. The 2025 Basketball Hall of Fame class had their enshrinement over the weekend. Enshrinement, I think that's the right word. I found this very interesting. I forget that it's not an NBA Hall of Fame. It's a Basketball Hall of Fame. And so this class included the two biggest names obviously were Carmelo Anthony and Dwight Howard. I know those are two guys that we grew up on. There were also Sue Bird, Maya Moore, and Sylvia Fowles. Those were all your players, which is pretty awesome. There were 11 WNBA or NBA championships between them. You also had the entire Redeem team, which is really cool. I forget that whole teams can go. It's like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, kind of cool. You also have Billy Donovan, and the general managing partner for the Miami Heat, Mikey Arison, and referee Danny Crawford. Pretty cool that refs can get in. I guess this is a bigger conversation. What are your thoughts on Melo and Dwight, first of all? Like Melo probably more so than Dwight Howard, just simply because like he had a longer run. Like Dwight Howard was really good for like 4 seasons, like a couple in Orlando, and that was kind of it. Like, I mean, he was a menace defensively. He was great in that dunk contest where he won the dunk contest without an actual dunk, where he just basically threw it in the goal with the Superman cape on. When Dwight Howard first got to the league, I was a huge fan because I was a guy who played the post and blocked shots a lot, and I enjoyed watching players like that. But he just never quite took that next step to be truly elite. Great player, but I think Carmelo is he deserves it. Like, guy was just an absolute sharp shooter. Wasn't his fault that he ended up being on some bad Knicks teams and some bad Nuggets teams after what started off really good, and they just couldn't get over the hump. And so I think like Carmelo's lack of a championship has a lot to do with the teams that he played, a lot more than the teams that he played on than him. Though, like, Carmelo is on a Kobe level of ball stoppage. Like, once he got that ball, it was over. Like, he was getting his shot.
Yeah. I mean, I should have looked this up. He's 10th all time in scoring, right? I mean, he's up there. And when you think about the fact that he is up there in scoring and never won a title, it's kind of like, kind of, it's like you said, it's what the teams he was on. I find both their cases interesting
Mhm.
because you've got Melo, who on one hand is like kind of all offense, and then you got Dwight,
Mhm.
who's all defense. I mean, Dwight never got that offensive game that I think we all wanted him
Mhm.
to.
Oh man, because he could have been so elite.
Oh, good.
Any semblance of an offensive game for sure. My favorite thing about Carmelo though is they pop up on Twitter every now and then, and Mama, pardon my French, but there's videos of him that anytime like a ball is loose, he's like caught by the hot mic going, "Give me that shit." And every time down, give me that shit. And it cracks me up every time because it's like it'll be like 30 different plays, and it's a hot mic picking up Carmelo, give me that shit.
He wants it, man. He wants the ball.
He does.
The Redeem team, if you grew up watching Melo and you grew up watching Dwight, you also grew up watching this Redeem team after, like that documentary, I think it's on Netflix, where it was the 2008 men's basketball team where they won the gold in Beijing after they got bronze in Athens and the FIBA 06. Like they had something they had to prove, and that Coach K was the coach. That if you haven't seen the documentary on Netflix, go watch it. It's awesome. But yeah, just cool. Just cool. I mean, we're getting to the point where we're seeing a lot of the guys that we grew up with, which is, shows that we're getting old. Like these guys are getting enshrined, and it's cool.
Yeah,
it's cool.
I don't want to talk about it. I'm getting old quickly.
Yep.
Cool stat though, like the ones that were inducted as individuals, you named them: Carmelo, Dwight, Sue Bird, Maya Moore, and Sylvia Fowles. All together were part of 11 WNBA or NBA championship teams, captured 15 Olympic gold medals, made 37 NBA or WNBA all team appearances, and were named All-Stars 45 times in their career. And so, like, there's some pedigree there. Now, of those 11 WNBA and NBA championships, Carmelo has exactly 0, but like
White
it's
has
a
one.
pretty
Has one.
I think he has that one on that Laker team.
With the Laker team.
And so, beggars can't be choosers. Obviously, the ladies are carrying the wood there, but pause. But anyway, I digress. It's some elite pedigree and elite company for the Hall of Fame this year for sure.
Yep, and it's kind of, they do a good job. They do a good job of putting this sucker right at the beginning of September when there's no other basketball news. So God love them. Speaking of no other basketball news, we have no other basketball news to talk about today. Let's jump into college football, because we had a little tailgate therapy yesterday talking about Hail State.
Yeah, Hail State, brother. It's still Hail State, man. They keep, and like our video team is freaking killing it right now. They're in their bag because they keep posting videos that just make me get fired up all over again and just relive that moment. I've conservatively watched that touchdown pass probably 211 times since Saturday night.
Yep, it's awesome. Shout out Kenny, shout out Wayno, shout out Edward. I see you guys hopping in, boys. Thank y'all. Dude, yeah, did Mississippi State get any votes?
We did, but not enough. We got less than Arizona State, who we upset. Anyway. Yeah.
So we're going to, if you go over to the AP top 25, I guess this is the week 3 poll, not a ton of movement. We did this last week. We're just going to look at the biggest risers and fallers in this top 25 and go look at their odds. Tennessee, man, after they beat ETSU, 72-6 or whatever it was, like that should be mercy rule, man. That's absurd. Which
it's the most points in the modern era for Tennessee, like by far. So
it's crazy. You go over to FanDuel and you look at the SEC champion. This is just the SEC championship winner. Tennessee, man. So you've got Texas plus 270. You got Georgia plus 330. LSU plus 550. Alabama plus 650. Tennessee, who jumped up 7 spots in the AP top poll, they're still plus 1,500, right? With Texas A&M. They got the same odds as Texas A&M, who Texas A&M is right behind them in the rankings, and they also had a pretty decent jump. So we'll see. I mean, I guess what I want to see is if UT's for real. You know, it's easy to go hang 70 on ETSU, but are they going to be able to do that against actual competition?
2 more weeks and we'll find out.
Exactly.
I mean, I guess we'll find out. We'll find out sooner than that, because Tennessee does have Georgia. They play a couple of Bulldogs in the next few weeks. I think Tennessee's good, but we're going to find out when they run through 2 different dogs in the next 4 weeks for sure.
We will.
And Tim is right. I take back every nice thing I said about Clemson in the preseason after week 1, after them losing to LSU, to watch them struggle mightily with Troy this past weekend. I predicted that Clemson would lose to Georgia Tech before the season started, and I feel really confident about that right now.
Yep.
The Ramblin' Wreck gets the upset this weekend.
Man, the Rambling Wreck. God, college is great.
Ramblin' Wreck, Georgia Tech's a hell of an engineer. How do you not love college football, man? You just get so many great chants and cheers.
It's awesome.
What is even a Rambling Wreck from Georgia
I don't know.
Tech?
I don't know.
Tim, you're in Georgia. Let us know, man.
Let us know, Tim.
Apparently, it's a hell of an engineer.
That's
play out the ditty.
If you sing the song. The other team on here, other than Clemson, the other team on here that fell mightily is Michigan. Michigan has fallen out of the top 20. They dropped 8 spots. Mm-hmm. They are now number 23, almost out of the top 25. Mm-hmm. You go over to FanDuel and look at their Big Ten Conference Championship odds. I mean, it sucks because they're kind of in the same boat as UT. Kind of not in that top tier of teams in their conference, but right outside, because you got Ohio State plus 185, Penn State plus 220, Oregon plus 390. Then you got Michigan plus 1,200. If Michigan keeps losing, that's going to plummet. They're just going to keep falling.
And I was looking at I was curious about what their schedule looks like, right? Because you're in the Big Ten and it's a soft, made-up conference with a bunch of whack-ass teams. And so they played Oklahoma and they lost. The next ranked team they play is Saturday, November 29th against the number 1 ranked Ohio State Buckeyes. In the meantime, they have games against football juggernauts like Central Michigan, Wisconsin, Purdue, Northwestern. Yeah, they don't really they play at USC. They get Washington at home, at Michigan State, which is always cuckoo. It's a big rivalry game on Saturday, October 25th.
These are good basketball teams.
Great basketball matchups. Northwestern, the smart kids at Wrigley Field in Chicago, which is cool. They play at Maryland, which Maryland is a tough team. So their schedule doesn't do them a lot of favors because the Big Ten is so soft, and then they schedule their non-conference soft. Although, props to Michigan, they did go to Norman and play Oklahoma. Wisconsin plays Alabama this weekend. But their schedule is soft enough for them to go 10-2.
So dumb.
But not enough to do them any favors to where if they do make the college football playoff, they'll get pummeled.
Yep. And that's what I fully expect to happen. I don't see we're just 2 weeks in. The last thing I want to touch on about this top 25, and you mentioned it briefly yesterday. South Florida debuting on this list, number 18, 2-0.
Yeah.
Memphis Tigers also got 1 vote on this.
Yeah. I know I'm not super early to the party, but I said on our show on the Daily Grind
yesterday too.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I said on Daily Grind yesterday that I think College Game Day should be in Memphis for that game because, again, I'm a Mississippi State fan through and through. I bleed maroon and white. Y'all know that. Game Day was incredible. I went to Game Day when it was in Starkville way back in 2014 for the Auburn game. I was there. It was fantastic.
Amazing.
But the atmosphere on Beale Street was second to none. And they're going to run through a ton of SEC matchups. They're at Tennessee, Georgia this weekend. They'll have plenty more coming up. I'm beating the drum now. Kenny, clip this, get it out as much as you can. We want College Game Day in Memphis on Beale Street for the Memphis South Florida game. If both the teams keep winning, and it looks like they will. Jared, I'm sorry, brother, but I think Memphis is going to upset Arkansas. And I think you're going to have 2 undefeated teams playing each other. Come on, game day. Come back to Beale.
If everything stands the way it does, both teams remain undefeated. Mm-hmm. Big missed opportunity if they don't.
Just go. If you don't believe me, go look it up.
Watch.
Go to YouTube while you're on it. Finish our show.
We're taking a break after this.
After our show's over or on the break, look up College Game Day Beale Street. It was an absolute electric atmosphere.
There's very few environments where you're I want to be there. I want to be right there. And for me, I'm a little biased because I was there when they had the NFL draft in downtown Nashville, when they had College Game Day on Beale Street. There's just certain things where you see it and you're like, I want to go to there.
And It's cool because they always go on campus, and that's so cool. They were in the Junction, like right near the stadium at Mississippi State. It was an incredible place to be. It was an awesome experience. Jonathan Papelbon, former like nutso closer for the Red Sox, was our guest picker. Bully made an appearance on stage. Everybody smoking cigars. It was an awesome time, and we beat the hell out of Auburn. Became the #1 team in the country. It was awesome. But to be able to go to a historic landmark like Beale Street, home of the Blues, you got all the storefronts there. Everybody's crammed into a tight space in front of Silky's right there on all the way stretched down to Silky's on Beale Street. Just like an iconic place to do game day. And Jalen is absolutely right. Memphis is such a exceptional sports town. We're known as a basketball town, but people love their Tigers football, and they love coming out to Grind City Brewing for college football Saturdays. The next one being this Saturday. Showtime's at 5:30. It's going to be an electric day of football.
You know what? Shoot, I don't think I could have transitioned the break any better. That's why you're here, brother. We're going to take a really quick break and go check out College Game Day on Beale Street while
I'm getting chills thinking about it. I root for the Tigers because I live in Memphis and I love this city irrationally.
Yep.
But I took one summer class there one time. That's my only ties to Memphis. But I get chills thinking about game day here because it was fantastic.
I can't wait. We're going to just take a really fast break, y'all. When we come back, we got some NFL we have to talk about, unfortunately.
And some tailgate therapy for our own Luke Hatmaker.
It's fine. It's fine. We will be right back to talk about it after this break.
Looking for an alternative to alcohol or conventional medicine? Check out Ounce of Hope, a Memphis-based dispensary with 2 local stores in the Sanderland Center and on South Cooper Street. You can get all the products you need in a location convenient to you. Each store offers an intentional shopping experience with dedicated bud tenders to answer all of your questions, from product selection and mushroom blends to our personal favorite, the Delta 9 seltzers. You gotta try the Peach Buzz. Try Ounce of Hope at either one of their 2 Memphis stores or at www.ounceofhope.com for convenient products shipped right to your door. Use the promo code BluffCity for 15% off any order, excluding sale items. Cannot be used in conjunction with other promotions or discounts. One use per customer.
We broke up a championship team, like a championship level team.
Wow.
There were a lot of spoon-fed narratives that were coming from the Grizzlies organization at the time to the media members of Memphis and ultimately to the city of Memphis, when we was getting spoon-fed a bunch of hypnosis. In hindsight, that Rudy Gay trade was silly as hell, bro. We should not have traded that dude, bro. Yeah, you made it to the conference finals. Your team was good enough defensively and had, injuries happen to get you to the conference finals. You flat out didn't have enough points to beat those type of teams, bro. And Rudy Gay was a 20-point per game scorer.
Let me ask you this. Do you think that the way the Rudy Gay situation played out is dictating to you a little bit about how, the way we respond to Gigi Jackson right now?
Yeah, we want Gigi to be good. We want Jalen Wells to be good. We want Cedric Coward to be good. It's all because of Rudy, man. We've been subconsciously chasing Rudy Gay, bro, for 10 years. You know what I mean? For real.
Tune in to the Anthony Sain Show Mondays through Fridays at 1 p.m. live on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
Temperature check. How are we feeling 2 weeks in?
2 wins, 2 covers. And what I've grown accustomed to in Ryan's tenure is it never quite looks exactly how you want it to against inferior competition. But listen, that's okay. Run game is everything it was cracked up to be.
100%.
Offensive line, very good. Running backs, very good. Brendan Lewis with his legs, great. Defensively, front seven stacks up with anybody in this conference not named South Florida. And I have no issue with the way they look through 2 weeks.
No.
It may not be perfect. I think all in all, when you sort of take that 35,000-foot view, 2-0, 2 covers,
can't apologize.
Nothing to feel overly negative about.
Tune in to On the Bluff with Christian Fowler and Gabe Kuhn every Tuesday at 10 a.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
Welcome back to the show, y'all. Check it out. use this QR code underneath us right now. It will take you to ounceofhope.com where you can input this promo code Bluff City to get 15% off. Excludes all other sale items. Excludes, you can't combine it with any other promo. Go get you some seltzers. Go get you some Vitality gummies. Get you there's the Peach Buzz. There's the Cherry Jane. There's the cold. I call it a cold brew. It's not a cold brew. What? Yeah.
I mean, technically, it's cold brew, called infused
it
coffee. It's called roasted.
Roasted.
The 5 milligrams of THC, 10 milligrams of CBD, right on time every time. It's 15 to 30 minutes of rapid onset, so make sure you're prepared for that. But it is a great weekend starter on a Saturday morning for sure.
I love that rapid onset. I'm ready.
Speaking of like Ja Morant guest picker game day on Beale Street, come on, Tim knows ball, man. What's up?
Holy cow! Can you imagine? That would be
electric.
That would be like that would be such a smart business. Really smart, Tim. Pay you the big bucks, brother. We are also brought to you by Trilogy Tattoo. Check them out. We also are brought to you by the wonderful folks over at Grind City Brewing, which, like you said, we're going to be there this weekend.
Yes, sir. Y'all come out. It's going to be a little bit warmer, but as the day goes on, the temperature's going to drop. It's going to be a beautiful day downtown.
And you got a later start, right? Later start.
Yeah, it's going to be starting a little bit later, so it's going to be a little bit cooler. We're going to be going right before the evening games at the tail end of the Tennessee-Georgia game, before Notre Dame and A&M kickoff. I think the early game, they're kind of debating, is it going to be Alabama, Wisconsin, Clemson, Georgia Tech? There's also talk of the Memphis game being played at 11 at Grind City. So as soon as we have that information, we'll get it out to y'all today, which three games are going to be on their projector. But they have plenty of TV. So if you get there early, you can get your table and your TV turned to your game. They were gracious enough to have Mississippi State and Southern Miss on for me a couple weeks ago. Go check them out. Grind City Brewing, best brewery in Memphis, best view in Memphis, and just the best dudes all around.
Dudes, yeah.
And dudettes. Dudes and dudettes.
We need to bring dudette back. That's a good word. We are also brought to you by FanDuel, y'all. Like, they're great. We were just following the odds for Tennessee and Michigan over there. Just go check them out. If you're going to bet, do so responsibly and do so over at FanDuel. Let's jump back into the show because there was some FanDuel action that I know happened over the weekend. If you bet on NFL. The NFL happened, and we're going to recap week 1. We are going to not start with the Bears. We're going to end with the Bears. What did you notice? Just overall thoughts. Like, you and I were fishing. You and I are old fishing buddies, and we have a net. We're going to cast a net out, and we're going to pull it in. What do you want to talk about football wise from the region?
There's a lot of things. I went 0-2 on my FanDuel bets. Shout out to Caleb Williams last night hitting the under on the passing yards, even though I told you I was betting on him hit the over, and DeAndre Swift not scoring messed me up yesterday. But it was a weird day of football, right? Like, all the teams that scored over 23 points are the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Green Bay Packers is one, the Buffalo Bills, Ravens, like those. But like the Pittsburgh Steelers, the New York Jets, the Indianapolis Colts.
Colts scored on all 7 of their drives.
Danny Dimes is no longer Danny Dimes. They've made a petition I saw on Colts Twitter to change his nickname to Indiana Jones, which is fantastic. Look like slicing and dicing that Miami defense. We'll know more going forward. Is he for real? But he did get the ball to Tyler Warren quite a bit and helped me with my fantasy teams, though went 2-2 to start in my 4 leagues. Cincinnati had a scare against Cleveland, right? Yep. Like they that high-powered offense sputtered to the tune of 17 points against Cleveland. But it's first week. It's hard to really judge off the first week.
And Zach Taylor sucks in week 1. Zach Taylor sucks in week 1.
Yep. So here's some uniform stats from week 1, which I'm excited about. I found this were interesting. These interesting. Teams that wore gold pants this past weekend were 5-0, highlighted by the Green Bay Packers. So if your team wore gold pants, they were 5-0 this weekend. Teams who wore black pants were 0-3, highlighted most exclusively by the Baltimore Ravens having that epic meltdown on Sunday night, which just, God, that game, man.
Best game of the year. And just
absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it's gonna be hard to beat that one because you had King Henry, who again is on an elite level of pantheon of running backs, like mentioned with the all-time greats. Dude is not going down. Teams that wore navy jerseys were also 0-3. Didn't win a single game. So the Seattle Seahawks did not win. Several others. 0-3 if you wore a Navy jersey. New England Patriots, another one. White pants at home went 3-1 this weekend, including the Philadelphia Eagles winning. And then finally, teams who wore alternate helmets, looking at you, New Orleans Saints, were 0-1. Here's some uniform stats for this weekend. You look good, you feel good, you feel good, you play good. You play good, they pay good, according to Deion Sanders. That was the case for all of these teams. So I guess kind of wrapping it up, Luke, Derrick Henry is the GOAT. Make sure you wear gold pants. And is it time to hit the alarm on Caleb Williams?
Okay, yeah, let's talk about this. He had like 4 false starts yesterday. And I said the one thing that I wanted him to do coming into this game was to not look uncomfortable and not look like, well, and it was weird. The first half, he looked okay, but he looked like the guy that missed all of last year with an injury in the second half and wasn't celebrating. He just doesn't. I did not think I was going to leave that game and be like, they didn't look bad, Edward. But my thing is, I don't. And there's been some bad stuff coming out about, not bad, but questionable stuff about Caleb Williams. I just don't know if he's a leader. I mean, you watch J.J. McCarthy. J.J. McCarthy scores a touchdown. He goes over. He's celebrating with his lineman. He's like, yes, we did it. Caleb Williams scores a touchdown, runs back to the bench, gets his helmet popped, and then sits down by himself. That's fine, but that's not what you need in the best position in football, and that's not what you need when you were drafted number 1 overall. That's just not what you need. And so it's week 1. We know Ben Johnson's. We know his system is hard. We know that it's not the easiest to get. I expected more out of week 1. I didn't expect to win. I don't expect to win as a Bears fan. I just don't. I don't ever expect to win. But I expected to look better than J.J. McCarthy, and he didn't overall. And so that is cause for concern for me as a Bears fan.
Yeah, and J.J. McCarthy, like, he looked so bad for 2.5, 3 quarters.
Really
and then just
bad.
Turned it on in the fourth quarter. You know, I was talking with a buddy last night. Shout out my guy, Joey Cunningham, friend of the show. Like, Kevin O'Connell is a quarterback whisperer.
Yeah,
and I even said, like, I don't know that he can fix this bum. And after I made said comment, he accounted for three touchdowns in the fourth quarter. It's just wild, the turnaround there. You should have known something was up. Like Caleb Williams wearing the heathered gray Fanatics dry fit undershirt that's loose and baggy. Like, of all, I can't stand that baggy undershirt look, like, at all.
You look like a homeless guy.
Yeah, and then to wear the heathered gray underneath a crispy uniform, like, the aesthetic was really good for the Bears, but not so much for Caleb Williams. So that was your problem number 1. Yeah, it's a long season. I think Ben Johnson can turn around. I think the Bears are going to be good. I think they're going to be better this year. Caleb Williams has been a knock for him since he started at USC, is that he's not a leader, not a great teammate. He's all about his brand and Caleb Williams, which, you know, again, go get your bag, get your money, do your thing. But as a quarterback, you've got to be a part of the team. And I saw that. My quarterback, my QB1, Cam Ward, was a part of that. Like, he looked pretty good on Sunday. I know I'm hijacking a bit of your tailgate therapy.
I needed it. I needed it. I don't want to talk about the Bears anymore.
Yeah,
can you imagine a harder spot for Cam Ward to have to go into than at Denver first start?
And then when your coach is Brian Callahan, he's making boneheaded decisions. I mean, we had the ball. We had a chance to go score up before halftime, and we'd run 3 straight running plays right up the middle. And then, like it's just, I don't know. I don't want to waste Cam Ward because the talent is there. He telegraphs his pass a little bit. He takes a little bit too long to get the ball out, but he's a rookie. He's processing. He's figured it out. I think there's hope. I think he's going to be fine.
Yes.
I don't want Callahan to waste the talent that is Cam Ward. Defense looked better, had a couple picks, played well against Bo Nix. That Denver defense is for real. But stop me, Titans fans, if you heard this before, the offensive line and play calling are going to be another issue this year. Yeah.
Yep. Why can't we just swap coach? If the Titans had the Bears coach, and the Bears had the Titans quarterback, we'd be fine.
We were talking about that in my Titans group chat on Sunday. Me and some buddies are Titans fans. We were texting back and forth during the game, and we should have fired Callie 2 years ago and won the Ben Johnson sweepstake. Could you imagine like Ben Johnson with Tony Pollard, Cam Ward, Calvin Ridley, Chiggy? Like, we've got the talent and the playmakers, and no offense to the Bears, we've got the playmakers that fit a Ben Johnson type system, just like he had in Detroit. Like, he would have been a perfect fit in Tennessee, but Instead, we're stuck with Brian Callahan, who has proven to be super inept as a head football coach in the NFL, and it doesn't look like it's going to get any better.
Nope.
Tune into the $2 Sports Show today as we're also giving a few NFL hot takes. Little preview. I think Brian Callahan might be the first head coach fired in the NFL.
Okay. I was about to ask you. We'll say that for your show then, because I would say it's between him and McDaniels. What's the dude? Poor dude down there.
Mike McDaniels might be the other one. Like,
poor dude down Miami.
Like, it's funny. Like, his little, like, nerdy, MCU shtick is fun when you're winning. But you imagine him coming in there and deadpanning, like, a smart-ass joke in the locker room after you just got beat. Like, I'd be throwing hands.
Like, we're all dying. It's like, dude, I don't want to hear that right now.
No. Like, figure out how to fix to his brain that scrambled eggs at this point.
Poor guy. While we're still in the NFL, man, it's time for our daily dose of It's a Trap, named in honor of Admiral Akbar, brought to you by FanDuel. RIP, brother. We will give our guest contestant a series of bets. He just has to tell me which one's a trap bet. I'm sticking in the spirit of the NFL and sticking in the spirit of the NFC North, which we've already done these odds, but these are the updated odds to win the NFC North. And this is crazy. After 1 week of football, man. 1 week of football. Okay. Which one of these is a trap? Is it A, the Green Bay Packers minus 120, B, the Minnesota Vikings plus 290, or C, the Chicago Bears plus 410?
I mean, Green Bay beat Detroit handily on Sunday, so I feel like they should be the odds-on favorite. But you said minus 140?
120.
Minus 120. Like, I feel like they should be the favorite, but that's a little extreme for week one. But we'll work our way through. Then you said the Chicago Bears are plus 410, and the Minnesota Vikings are plus
290.
290. I don't think Detroit would have fallen that much. I'm waffling between. Like, I feel like the Bears are kind of where they are. Green Bay minus 140 is a trap.
I got you.
First loss I've had in
it's been a while. Yeah, I tallied you up. You're 14-3. I was like, damn. So the reason we did this like last week, no one had minus odds. Nobody had minus odds. Green Bay is right. Their minus odds are right. Minnesota has the second best odds. Detroit fell all the way down to plus 410. The Bears are plus 1,000.
1,000? Oh, I should have known that was the trap. Wow.
1,000?
Plus 1,000. The way you got salty, like looking back, the clues were there. That's dang.
I'm not going to put money on this. I wouldn't recommend anybody put money on this.
Unless you just want to give it away.
Yeah, which there's other ways to do that benefit the environment. If you want to give money away, go give a couple bucks to Kawhi Leonard's fund that puts trees up or something. Before we get out of here, though, it's Tubin Tuesdays, brother. I want to know. Tubin Tuesdays. We talk about what we're watching on TV. Everybody's got a TV. Got one right in front of me. What are we watching other than sports? But it can be sports because, I watched a hell of a lot of sports this weekend. I don't know that I watch any non-sports. What did I do this weekend? What did you watch this weekend? I'll tell you what I'm excited for, what I'm watching, what I'm really excited to watch. It's a preview because I just watched football. All I did was watch football. I haven't watched Peacemaker 2 yet, Edward. But
have you watched the High School Catfish yet?
I watched it with Kyla. Oh, my God. Dude.
Insane.
I don't understand. You have children. I don't understand. I just don't.
I saw somebody posting on Facebook like last week. It said, "Good morning to everybody but this heifer," and it had the perpetrator's picture, and it's like, yeah, good morning to everybody but that heifer.
Perfect use of the word heifer too. Oh man, that's a heifer. I watched football, but there's a new show that HBO debuted on Sunday that I haven't seen yet, but it's called Task. And it's got Mark Ruffalo in it, and he's just playing a cop. And I don't know. I like Mark Ruffalo as a cop, so I'm excited to watch that. But it's football time. I
watched a ton of football this weekend. I watched the Mississippi State Bulldogs, baby. Hail friggin' State. Let's go. Watched the Titans on Sunday. Bills Ravens Sunday night. But Luke, there are shows that you wish that you could go back and watch for the first time, you could get the little Men in Black thing and be like, and erase a show out of your. That's Stranger Things for me. The more I watch it, we're almost done with the watch through. We're in the final season that
4?
they have. Yeah, we're in season 4. In the episode where finish the episode where like the 4 go to the upside down through Watergate,
with
Steve, Eddie, and all them,
God.
and they're coming back, but Nancy falls into a deeper part of the upside down. That's where we just finished last night. But like, I wish that I could go back and watch that show again for the first time, because like it's bringing up memories, and the way that episode ended last night with like Elle defeating one and all that. Like, I just remember I was living in Myrtle Beach at the time when that came out. I was in my condo, I was by myself, and I just remember sitting on my couch just like, and I just wish I could experience that again. Stranger Things holds up. It's so good. We're way ahead of the rewatch because the new season doesn't come out until November. But like, it holds up so good. Robin and Steve's characters, just like they're like Steve's involvement, but Robin's character, like, yeah, Steve's a freaking man after being such a turd to start the show. Like, rewatch Stranger Things, get ready for November. The new season's coming. Got to figure out how we're going to watch it, right? Because like, we could binge all the episodes.
But you don't want to do that. You want to savor it.
You want to savor it because it's the final season. Everything kind of comes to a head here. But man, Stranger Things holds up so well.
We might make November Stranger Things month because I rewatch. I didn't watch season 4 until like 2 years ago for the first time, and it's you're absolutely right about a show to be able to like. It's like you want to be on you want to show a kid that for the first time, or maybe not a kid because they'll be terrified,
right? Like a reasonably aged kid,
like a teenager, and you just want to watch them watch it because it's such a awesome experience. And I love Eddie Munson, dude. Eddie Munson he's my guy.
Yeah, love Eddie. Eddie the Freak, loved him. I just can't wait. No, that's a good plan. We may watch 2 at a time and just review it here on the show.
November, every Tuesday. That's a good idea. We'll do 2. Bueno, I need to get you. You're my man in the chair. The man in the chair. I love it. That's going to do it for our show today, y'all. Thank you guys for tuning in. At comments, y'all were popping. Thank you guys. We got a full slate for you today. $2 at 11.
11 o'clock. Yes, sir. We're giving you the teams we're bullish and bear on. A bull market is when investors are wise and they're putting money on it. A bear market is when it's regressing and teams that are on their way down. So tune in at 11 o'clock.
Chicago bear market. Tune in at 11 o'clock. We got Anthony saying at 1. Just have a great day, y'all. If you're going to work, be safe. And if we can leave you with anything today, like we do, anything at all, remember these 2 things. Remember, 1, just to be a little weird, a little bit. And remember 2, smile. Bye, guys. Have a good day. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you for listening to The Daily Grind. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a rating and a review wherever you download your podcasts. Also, like and subscribe to Bluff City Media's YouTube page. We'll see you back here next time.